will be the Guardian instead. We'll see what the buys are a little bit later on, but yeah, this is the one kill that came through posthumously as well via Annihilation, but then of course the ending that we saw. But yeah, a large number of kills that happened in the middle of the round after Zekken trades himself with Havoya that kind of goes awry for them, and it's not going to end up being the full purchase through for Havoya because he's still only got 500 credits left, so it's like he's essentially spent most of his bank here hoping to get something done with the Guardian.
XLG get info, they could Hunter's Fury, but this is too forward from Viva.
Wow.
Oh, test the swing is so good from XLG. Viva, he lives and he kills. And Zeus is just catching Coconut on a bit of a hot skip, and it's been a clean round out of XLG.
Viva came out of nowhere. That was incredible stuff. Didn't even really have got, what was that, a Bulldog as well? That is an extremely good one for XLG and a momentum stopper for Sentinels, and don't XLG need it. You wouldn't want from the XLG POV to see another 6 in a row from Sentinels in the opening half, and XLG shut it down early to keep this one nice and tight, one round between them. That could have gone so poorly, but this early aggression on A, a couple times it hasn't worked out, but when it has worked out, it's led to big round wins that will now swing things back momentum-wise potentially for XLG.
It looks like this Hunter's Fury could just be used for the retake after all, especially when you have John Cutie, you're reading he has a Rolling Thunder. Sentinels could get any site they want. And off the camera info that Zeus has provided, feel confident trying to push into Coconut, into Market. The last time they've read that he was there, but it's a different setup from XLG. You got the teleport from Bang to come assist, and the spike is down. The Hunter's Fury cuts Sentinels at the heel. And it's now Bang that has to look around after the ult, and he gets a surprise, but not enough manpower from Sentinels to muscle that round.
Good looking flick coming through from Bang, but it's not going to be able to save himself from the secondary player from XLG. 2 in a row, complete market control. Sentinels want to get a lot more work done, but just quite couldn't get that through. And now as we look towards Sentinels timeout, we're still seeing potential buy-ups here.
Got too much on my mind. I guess I need a break. Try to stay out the way nowadays, but I've been fine. Took your space just to heal, it took time. No, I wasn't shit, you know, had to take time to grow. And I pray that you
let me throw it down to the ground, make them turn it.
Hey, great game today. Oh, owner, you dropped this.
Damn. Well, unsurprisingly, T1 continued to aura farm, not just lore, but also in Game 2 Gen G. And I think for both teams, we've seen they have the potential to just run away with the game, but for Gen G, cracks in the armor. Made a lot of mistakes, and some of those mistakes they made twice, continuing to force some pretty awkward fights.
Owner or farming both out of game, Jack and the Pan dominant and everything. Also in-game with a Jarvan performance. And that was partially, I think, really good setup from T1, them also showing we are not just a Baron team. Really, we knew that, but it's good to see it in-game as well. I feel like in Game 1 they gravitated towards more. But secondly, the Gen G decision-making was not up to par, and I think that that's going to be a big fix going into game number 3.
Yeah, there are a lot of times, especially at that Drake fight, where it kind of really turned into T1's favor.
First bad one, or the second bad one, or the third one?
Yeah,
Look,
Drakes were a bit first.
I'm pretty sure I'm thinking of the second one.
There you go.
But it was basically like you don't necessarily have to contest, right? Like if you have uneven numbers, it's fine. Maybe soft, like poke at them a bit, back off. You have such great scaling on your team. Maybe don't contest it. They do end up contesting it. It does not go in their way. And then one thing I think T1 did do really well when they were able to separate these fights, when Doran was able to get in, right? Or when Faker was able to separate them with a wall, that they immediately identified early in mid-game that Keen was the one who could absolutely cook them, figuratively and kind of literally, because he was on the Rumble.
It's credit to T1 that they also were very aware of that in the target selection in every fight. Like, I think partially Keen didn't have a great game, but also I don't think he got to play the game. Against Ornn and Jarvan in particular, it's just so hard to actually ever step up as, oh my god, Pantheon's open.
Yeah, as we enter Fix Advanced powered by Omen and HyperX. I don't know how Pantheon got through, but it is no surprise to see it immediately locked in. We have to assume T1 wanted to trade it for something, and the answer is the Scion and some Gen G signs. As we'll keep you updated on what happened there.
I'm thinking it could be one of the champions that was covered. Yes, it is the Victor for Faker, which actually, we think of Faker, we think of, you know, the Azir, we think of the Orianna, we think of the Talia, we even think of like a Kali, right, and some pop-off performances. Victor is actually his most played champion this year.
Ironic that Chovy has the highest profile clip of him at the end of the base in T1.
Yep.
But I think that this, again, we said it at the start of the series, and it will continue to be a theme. T1 is going to just blind comfort picks for Faker. They do it here with the Victor, and we do see Chovy going towards the Galio here. The Galio-Pantheon combination in side lanes. Whew.
I was gonna say, this is already looking pretty scary coming out of Gen G. The Keen Sante. Are we gonna see it?
Gen G. This will be some pretty big guns coming out in Game 3. Oh my gosh, Keen Sante, Pantheon, and the Galio.
I was kind of hoping for the Keen Camille Galio, you know, that's a classic for a reason.
True.
But the Keen Sante, also an incredible pick, and it is looking like Ruler might be going towards something that can at least deal with these front lines, right? Maybe a bit more on towards the hyper carry end of the spectrum. We do still have the Varus, the Caitlyn Bandaway, which I think should come as no surprise.
It's tricky though, right? Because when you already have a Victor and a Scion, you're kind of set up for that front to back. Zin comes in though, and actually surprised to see it make it this far in the series. Was of course on the table in the previous match before second ban phase, but now Zin versus Panth, a matchup we've seen I feel like hundreds of times worldwide.
And again, mentioning it, it's worth mentioning again, Owner, I do think, is the best Sinjao in the world. But I am looking at what Gen G have, and I'm like, this is very scary. There's so many tools for them to be able to create side lane pressure and also just be able to join up for fights.
Thus far, it's both teams with draft that will make you go, oh my god, they got everything they wanted. Which I hope that as we get to the rounding out, that's going to remain the case. I think that's where we have seen a lot of teams struggle. T1 being on the red side could be looking towards a carry counter pick. One of the big values, obviously, this player has is how crazy eclectic his champion pool is. As the looking at what will be banned, we do see the Kalista, or the Renata, which hopefully means that the Kalista won't be picked. I know that was a big topic going in. Is one of these teams going to blatantly disregard the stats? Thus far, there haven't been TF bans, so I'm not feeling too bad about them ignoring it.
No TF bans, although both these mid laners have played TF somewhat recently.
Don't wish that upon us.
They looked good.
And they did, though. No, that's the important part, right? Like, they did look good.
No, it's fine.
No,
just
it's
one
true.
One more TF game.
Just one more TF game. Just one more. Yeah.
Oh
you know what that sounds like?
This is sounding very dangerous, guys.
I think it certainly is. So Ziggs banned away. Don't want to give them easy access to knocking down some of these towers or maybe neutralizing a potential bot lane matchup. And now the final ban. Got to limit Carrier's pool. Wondering if Bard shows his face in this pick ban. Very good against T1. Doro, a guy who modeled a lot of his play after Carrier, maybe looking to bring out that pick as well.
And after we see that going through, I fully expect them to pick Guma's champion here as we see the Corki ban coming out, and then really save that R5 for Keria because of a lot of what we've talked about, right? Like a counter pick in Keria's hands can be so powerful. He has such a deep champ pool, and it could be just something that he wants to wait to see what the rest of Gen G are going to lock in before picking it. No hovers yet for Guma.
Really big debate because it's going to shape this composition. MF showing us more about the team fight combo, not necessarily always about the front to back, but definitely wants to leverage the CC that the Xin, the Sion, the Victor can bring to bear.
And MF has been fine, but pick hasn't really felt that crazy. You really are, I think, somewhat reliant on your opponent, kind of overextend. This should be a no-brainer. Senna and Ali to come through here. The amount of CC that Gen G have available is insane. The one thing they do need to be careful of, unless Chovy goes for the build, that I'm pretty sure we saw Shanks go into him, the full AP Galio build.
Yeah.
If they fall behind in mid-game, this complex damage. Late game, you're obviously fine with the Senna, with the Pantheon. Even the Cassandra at that point does serious damage. As no, there it is, it's fine. It's Keria's baiting.
Yeah.
Guys, is he baiting? Mao?
He wouldn't. There we go.
The timer's up. Is it actually up? It's Bard.
It's
Okay.
Bard.
That's still hype.
Bard
Everything is
super
hype. Okay.
What a roller coaster.
I know.
Every hover was good.
The Pike would have been kind of insane just because that was his pick, right?
Yeah.
On which he eliminated Gen G from last year's Worlds. But it is the Bard coming through. This should be great. Once Keria gets on the map with this Bard, he is phenomenal on it.
And we need to see Canyon run the early game. The side lane pressure from Gen G needs to be great, because I think that